Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into another video. And so something that has landed on me when I've thought about this journey of freedom is that we tend to forget about how much our tribe impacts us, how much the people around us really are not just an extension of us, but they reflect in us. And so if you're in a space today where you're like, these people have always been my friends, they'll always be my friends, nothing that they do is really changing who I am, understand that the greatest influence that you will ever receive in the natural world is from the opinions, advice, and conversations that you have with the 5 people that are closest to you. And I can tell you that I have accounts of people who will say that they were in relationship before with somebody who didn't believe in any of their dreams, who shot down everything that they said that they were going to do and told them that it would never work. And then they've been in relationship with people who've been like, hey, what's the worst that could happen? So it fails, like at least try it. Like you have that entrepreneurial spirit, go out there and try something with it. And they've said that shift in the people around them believing that they can and seeing the good in them is what really has shifted their focus and really changed their thought process of how much they have the capacity to be able to do. People around them are speaking life into them. And so if you're in a space where you're looking around at the tribe around you and you're like, oh, that one's always in tune with drama. And this is not judging people. Please trust me when I say it is not a judgment of people to take inventory of the things that surround you and say, this is no for me. Because a lot of those relationships that you've had for eons, maybe they're not anymore. If that person is cheating on their spouse, they're probably not for you. You can speak life into them that you want to, but what are they giving to you? And so when you look at the people around you and you say, well, this one is always in drama, this one always has something negative to say, this one is, content with being stagnant and not doing anything different with his or her life, and they're struggling, like fed into these people and poured into these people. And I saw this video earlier this week and it was so good. It said the empty is because you're pouring into other people. And scripture never tells you to pour, it tells you to overflow. So your cup has to be full of God. Your cup has to be full with the people around you. Your cup has to be filled by yourself. And whatever overflows is what the other people get. But if you're so empty and deteriorating on the inside, you can't overflow into the people around you. And the same is true of the people around you. And so if you are a reflection of the 5 closest people to you, and those people have terrible hearts and they're cold and they're ugly and they're not healthy and they're not helping the people around them and they're servers, which is a clear indication of red flags, and like all of these things, it may not be who you are, but it's also not pushing you to be. And so if you're in that space today, here are some things that I would encourage you to do. Ask yourself these questions. Can I take pieces of them, the people who are around me, and adopt them for myself in order to become a better me? And I do that is absolutely true for me. I have someone who's really good with investing. I can take pieces of him and absorb them because I know that's going to help me. I have one friend who's really good at leadership. She's really good at checking on her people. I love the way she does that. And so I can absorb that from her and become like her in that sense because she has something that I want to be more. How do you stay this intentional? How are you so, forward thinking when it comes to checking in with people? I'm too busy to do that. I have another friend who is super invested in scripture. And so when I need a scripture reference, I know who to call. And so I can absorb that from her and I can become more of that. If you look around you and you can't take pieces of the people around you and absorb them into you to become a better you, then those people have to be dragging you down or keeping you stagnant where you are. Is do they simultaneously accept you while also pushing you? Because I accept every single one of my friends for who they are. I accept every single person in my life for who they are. But the people who are closest to me, I accept them, but I also feel like we have the ability to push one another. So if I get down on myself and I don't want to do the thing, they're going to push me to do the thing. If I get frustrated and I want to throw in the towel, they're going to take the whole dang towel away and be like, "No, girlfriend, we're not doing that." And I do the same thing for them because I can simultaneously accept them for who they are, but also see who they have the potential to become and breathe life into them. And push them further because that's the type of friendships that we have. We don't just sit in each other's mess, but we say, message. How can we use that test as a testimony? These are the ways that we push each other to shift into a better version of who they are. Today, do the people around me simultaneously accept me for who I am, but also push me to be better? And if that's not true, then perhaps you're around people who aren't there to shift and move you, are there to be a friend to the version of you that you were before that you no longer want to be. And then the last question to ask yourself is, do they put what you need to be in front of what they need from you? And so if you're in that space with a friend and you know that they don't need to be sitting here listening to you complain about your experience. They need to be at the gym because they have a goal to be at the gym every day at 4 o'clock and you called them at 3:45. You're going to push them to be what they need to be, not what you need from them. And so you're going to say, "Hey, isn't this your gym time? I'm going to let you go. You can call me back if you have the ability to do so. Right now, I was just going to complain in your ear, and I know that you have goals to keep, and I want to make sure that you keep those goals." If your friends aren't doing that, then those aren't the right people around you. And if they place what they need from you over what you have as goals and who you are trying to become, then they're really placing the emphasis on what they can take from you, not what you can not just give your friends, but give yourself. And so if you're around people like that, you really have to ask yourself, do these people put what I need in front of what they need from me? Because you're going to give if your cup is full. You're going to know the places where you need to feed yourself. But if they're taking that away from you because they're constantly needing something from you, then you don't have the overflow to give anyway. And so you can't even be the best version of you that you would be for the people around you. But if your greatest influence is the 5 people around you and you don't know any pieces that you could take from them, and you don't think that they really push you, you think that they want you to stay stagnant because it makes them feel better about themselves, and they put themselves in front of your desires and your needs all the time, then what do you think that does for you as a person? It has no ability or capacity to do anything but hold you back and keep you stagnant. So if you're in that place today, I'm not telling you to cut off all your friends because I would never be the type of person that does that. But I can tell you that I have a friend that I've had since high school and we're still friends because we love each other and we love who we've become as mothers and as wives and women and all these things. If that friendship were to have changed, and I can tell you that the reason that we're still friends is because when I became a mom at 18, she didn't miss a beat with our friendship. She didn't leave just because I couldn't go out to the club and party like everyone else. She stayed true to that friendship. And so we've remained friends throughout our entire like decades because of the way that we show up for one another. But I also have friends that I've had friends in high school that I would never bring into my now because I know that they were not what I need to become who I want to be. And it's not because I need more from them, it's just because I don't need them to be the closest people to me. And so if you're in that space and you're really thinking, well, the closest people to me are my family members and they're only closest to me because we have trauma bonds, then think about those questions that I said to ask yourself. And are those people really pushing you to be better? Or are they a safe place for you to continue to remain the way you are and complain about all the things that you've experienced your entire life? Are they the biggest source of comfort to complain to? Or are they people who are pushing you to be more? So if you're in that space today, I would encourage you to reach out to me. I can absolutely help you connect with this and answer all of your questions and really take you through the process. I'm taking one-on-one coaching clients right now, so I'll drop that offer in the link below. And then also, if you found this message useful, please go to my social media platforms, follow, like, and subscribe to those channels, but also make sure that you're sharing this video with other people, not for me, but so that we can be the people who break other people free from the bondages that they're experiencing every single day, so that everyone can live a life of peace and freedom, and they don't have to just sit in what they're experiencing because they don't think that there's a way out. Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again next time.